Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Women's Wellness Network. And I guess you will observe that we have somebody who's not a woman here today. This is Andrew from Extraordinary Men's Network, and he's come on to tell us about his group. He's come on to maybe tweak some interest around being a woman and having extraordinary men in your life. But because let's face it, we all love men. We all have men in our lives, whether it's our friends, our brothers, our uncles, our sons, spouses, all the things. So many men. We love them all. And we want them all to go see Andrew because Andrew is amazing. And that is why Andrew is here today. So, Andrew, welcome. How are you doing?
Thank you, Tammy Scarlett. I'm doing really good, thank you. For the time of the day and the week that it's been, or even should I just say the month that it's been? No, the year that it's been. Yeah, I feel pretty good. I feel yeah, happy, excited. Yeah, it's good. Things are good.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, you've had some big events going on in your life. So, I think that's warranted why you're elated and you're maybe a little bit on the tired side. And also
Yes.
you live somewhere that's not North America where I am. So that makes a difference
Not
too.
North America. Where
Yeah.
what? Just teasing you guys, just teasing you. Yeah, I mean, originally from Britain, from the UK, but I moved out to South Korea to Seoul 21 years ago. So I've been living out here in East Asia for 21 years. Yes, it's depending on where you are in the States, between 13 and 16 hours time difference. So I'm in the future.
Right. Oh, that's
Yes.
interesting. I never thought about it that way.
Yes, it's Saturday morning here.
Cool. That's fun. I like it. Oh, except when I accidentally messaged you because Andrew is part of my cohort, as you've
Mhm.
seen some of my other cohort members come on here with our catapult. Um, yes, I accidentally forgot about the time difference and messaged him at I don't know what time it was, like 1 in the morning for him. So that's not very kind. I didn't mean to do it, but
It's okay.
yeah,
It's
we're
okay.
still
I,
friends.
I, I have very strong security on my phone. Like nothing when I go to bed at 7 p.m., nothing wakes me up until 2 a.m. Right? Like my family says the same thing, but like nothing getting through unless I
Nothing
want it
getting
to.
through. Well,
No.
except you don't hear that new
Well,
little
sometimes
love in your
my
life.
alarm.
What about your new little precious arrival that you just had recently?
Oh, she's in a box in the other room. She's soundproof. No, gratefully my extraordinary woman, um, due to literally a newborn, 2 weeks old. It's constant breastfeeding like every 30 minutes. So with my busy work schedule, it's not. I'm grateful that she allows me to. Well, I get to sleep in this little closet. Can't see it, but I get to sleep in this little closet every day. But so because it means I don't get disturbed by the baby all night, and it means I can get a reasonable amount of sleep and get my work done during the day. So at the
Show up.
moment, I'm grateful that no, she doesn't disturb me. But yeah, I love to see her in the morning when she gets up.
Yes, she's beautiful. You showed me a picture of her in her little box, and she's adorable. All cuddled up in there. So
Yes, mum found a way to be able to do other things while without. We've got a little Tupperware box with a duvet inside of it, and she just curls up in a ball inside the little box. Very nice, very
super
sweet.
sweet. Yes, super sweet. Super sweet. So, Andrew, let's get on to this Extraordinary Men's Network. I would like you to tell us a little bit about it and why you created it.
It Yes, so it is a group, a network, a brotherhood, a community of extraordinary men who we just go around patting each other on the back, going, "You're amazing, bro," and you're like, "Yeah, you're amazing, bro." No, no, bro, it's you, bro. You're the best, bro. And we just do that. We just go round and round, and it's huge locker room towel slapping on the butt. It's fun times.
Okay,
No,
but
it's not.
really, come on
Yeah,
now.
but really, no. That's growing up in the conservative England. No, there's no locker room towel slapping going on. it is a network, it is a brotherhood, and it's all about support and community for for the extraordinary man who probably doesn't even know he's extraordinary. If anything, far from it. I started it, like the name came from me choosing my kind of coaching nickname, if you like. So instead of just being like Coach Andrew, I was like, I'm the OG coach, not a gangster, but ordinary guy, right? I'm just an ordinary guy who lives an extraordinary life, right? I've managed to carve out this, create this life, with my family and my kids, with with lots of vacation every year. I get to see my family in the UK whenever, pretty much whenever I want. Get to travel and get to be a life coach, get to be a professor in a university, get to run this network for men. And when somebody pointed out to me that's pretty extraordinary, I was like, I guess it is. But I never felt like that. I was just doing what I felt I could do. I suppose. And sometimes I felt like I couldn't, and people would push me and help me. And so that just recently, very recently, right, like just 6 weeks ago, I started this community, and it grew out of the knowing, the awareness that all the struggles I've been through, all the troubles, the struggles, I would I couldn't have got through it at least as quickly as I did, or as somewhat, I won't say painlessly, but with less pain, shall I say, if I didn't have the community around me to help me. I knew that I either would have failed or quit, like given up trying to get sober or try to, get healthy if I didn't have that community. So I was like, okay, how do I pay this back? How do I make sure there's a community for other people? Like, you're lucky if you have that community in your neighborhood, but like when COVID was around, for example, like you couldn't even do it in your own neighborhood. So we had Zoom communities popping up. And for men in particular, there are men's groups out there. They do exist. There's dad centric groups, there's bodybuilding centric groups. And I'm not trying to compete or, be better than them in any way. I just wanted to create a slightly more all-inclusive community where men can share their stories, to inspire other men, to have constructive debate with each other about, breaking open paradigms, like creating new ways of thinking about how to manage their marriage, or manage raising their kids, or maybe there's other ways of staying healthy, like being fit. Not there's more than one way to skin a cat. So
Yeah.
I think I've exhausted myself a little bit there, but essentially the community there is for everybody to support everyone else. And for those guys who feel they're not quite extraordinary yet, who feel they're just ordinary, average, or even less than, God forbid they feel less than, we're here for you to elevate you. Like, rising tide raises all ships. And, when your time is right, when you'll know when you feel extraordinary too, and then it'll be your turn to pass it on to the next guy.
Amazing. It's yeah, born necessity out of necessity, because you saw something that was, valuable to you, obviously, with your community that helped you get through all the things that you were struggling with. And yeah, it's beautiful that you've taken this upon yourself to extend that out, because it's not easy. I know men are a lot more ugh. Don't look at me over here. I don't have anything wrong with me. Everything's great. Do you find men are
Yeah.
like a little more, you're a man, you must know.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, there has been a big shift in the last, decade, I would say, in terms of more and more men willing to admit
Mm,
that they have feelings,
yeah.
and that they're not actually made of, cast iron. They are just human. So that there is a shift. However, not everything is equal, right? Like, we're seeing like a huge shift in women empowerment, for example. And then the men are kind of, because everything has to balance out, right? So as the women are getting more power, the men are like starting to feel a bit, maybe a little insecure, like, and it shouldn't be that way. We could both be powerful, right? It's not like, oh, one has to be more than the other, but there is that sense that when you're elevating one group, the other group can feel left out or can feel less than, and I think a lot of men are kind of questioning their role maybe in society. Like, if the women could be the boss and the women can be the main income earner and all that, well, what do I do then? Kind of. So that can release a lot of unhealthy feelings, right? Like of inadequacy, of failing, and those are a lot of the challenges that they definitely don't want to talk about, or we definitely don't like to admit. Right? No man likes to admit that they're the worst. Feeling useless is the worst, from my own experience anyway. Is yeah, as a man, feeling useless and unnecessary.
Ugh,
That's gotta be the worst. So
yeah. Ugh,
dealing with that.
that feels uncomfortable to me. Like I because I'm kind of the same, right? I've got my women here on the Women's Wellness Network. I I feel that. I don't want them to feel bad in any way. I want them to feel uplifted. I want them to feel included. I want them to feel supported. And you know, it seems to be a little easier for women to just jump in there and go, okay, I'm going in this group and I'm going to go see what they got going on. But men, even just getting into the group maybe is a little bit difficult. They have a struggle. Oh, I don't know about this guy. I don't know about this thing. I don't know. Do I really want to do it? But when somebody comes along and says, hey, like especially women here, right? Like women of the Women's Wellness Network, if you're watching Andrew, right? Myself, I sent my men over to Andrew. And not that there's, anything wrong with my men, but I know every man could use some support at some time. Just like every woman, we're human, right? It's not he said, she said. It's we're all just human. We're all in it together. And are you
Yes.
finding is there a certain demographic kind of that's coming along or more readily to your group?
Mostly professionals. I would say mostly late 30s, possibly even 40s and 50s, with careers, with family. Um, a few younger guys are starting to come in, single younger guys starting to join the group. It's a real mixed bag at the moment, and I like that. Like from all the four corners of the world, different age groups. I'm not trying to niche it down just to, middle-aged office workers or anything. So I like that. I like that's the way it is. The reasons why they join is a little unclear. There's definitely people who are joining because they know they've been through their struggle and they have a story to share. I definitely see those. The other side of it, I'm still waiting to have that connection. I know the hardest part is to listen to somebody and raise your hand and be like, "That was me. I felt that also." That takes time. That takes trust. It
Mm.
takes belief in the group that you're in, and that's what I'm. That will be the work in progress probably forever. Is building that trust that it's safe to say, me too, basically. I also have been through that. So
Right.
the more men join the group, and that's the balance that I'm trying to get is I want to reach out more to the struggling guy. I want to make a plea really to your women, to your wellness women who have men you mentioned, who have your brothers, your nephews, your cousins, your father, your grandfather, your uncle. Whether you think they're extraordinary or whether you think that they don't realize they're extraordinary, or maybe they're even just, going through some struggle. Type in the comment at the @ symbol and their name, and then you're giving them props, you're giving them kudos, and who knows, maybe they'll reach out to me, maybe not, but at least they'll get a nudge like, oh, Auntie Sally thinks I'm cool. That I was just thinking the other day, I wonder how many people, or if it shows my age, the Millhouse meme from Simpsons, right? My mom thinks I'm cool. And you used to kind of laugh at that, right? Like, what a loser. Like, only his mom think. And I'm just thinking, no, like, that's now I'm older, I look at that and think, Millhouse was cool. He didn't care what the other kids thought because you know what? His mom thought he was cool. And what more do you need than your mom thinking you're cool?
Right? I'm
Screw
I'm
the
a
others.
cool mom.
As long as I think I'm cool and my mom thinks I'm cool, everything else is gravy, right? So let
Absolutely.
your men know that you think they're cool. Let your men know that you think they're extraordinary and that they have something to offer because everybody has something to offer. That's the other part of the message is whether you're a day into sobriety or a week into sobriety or a week into your losing weight challenge, wherever you are, you're a step ahead of somebody. And that step ahead, that one page ahead, is an inspiration and motivation for somebody else who's just waiting to start, even. So, yeah, keep them in
Absolutely.
mind. You don't
Yes.
have to finish the race to be in this group. You just want to have to start.
Well, I feel that's why think I feel like a kinship to the Extraordinary Men's Network because it's very similar to what we're doing here at the Women's Wellness Network. You know, we're focusing on lifting each other up. And as you said, somebody who's on a journey, they're doing their thing, you know, maybe they've overcome one thing or another thing. Yeah, there's somebody coming up behind them that needs that little, oh, here, this is what I did. So the sharing and all that kind of stuff. So what kind of sharing are you guys doing over there on the Extraordinary Men's Network?
At the moment, until just recently, it's been one-to-one interviews where I'm just allowing a stage for people to share their experience so that hopefully they can resonate and make contact with other people in the community. Because if you don't tell, then nobody knows, right?
Mm,
So giving the opportunity for people to share what they've been through, share what their expertise are, and then hopefully that'll create a foundation for people to know who they can reach out to and talk to different things about with. So at the moment, that's been the process. We're just starting roundtable events with themed discussions. We had one yesterday where we had 4 guys and we were talking about work-life balance and how to, is it even possible? Can we do it? What does it mean? How do we best achieve it? That was a really good discussion. And we have another one coming up this week in a couple of days where we'll be talking about strong men. Do we need stronger
this
men?
guy
Do we
with the
need no
muscles?
like stronger men, like
Oh,
stronger? And that's part of the discussion, right? What do we mean? Like, yeah, sure, I need somebody to open the pickle jar. Or does it mean, yeah, I need somebody who can handle it when I say, honey, you're not that good at washing dishes. Am I strong enough? Am I strong enough to hear a diss against my dishwashing skills? Right. So all senses of the word strong, yeah. But it's a debate, it's a discussion. So what does strong man mean to you? Right. That everybody has a different perspective on that. So that will be another interesting panel discussion. And then there's something coming up called Catapult Games. I don't know if you've mentioned that in your group yet,
only very,
but
very little to very few
uh,
people, but guess
yeah,
what?
me too.
It's gonna
So
be
that's
coming up,
it's coming. I can hear the roar of the Coliseum. Can you hear
right?
it? Can you hear it?
And the crowd goes wild.
That's right. Are you not entertained? You're going down.
I don't
That's how
know.
many
I hear
dollars.
all I can hear is wildflower warriors, wildflower warriors. Do you have a chant? You're speechless. Look at that. Ha!
Yeah,
That's a first.
that's just so powerful.
No.
Wildflower warriors.
Yeah, look at
I
us.
would imagine it's more of like a wildflower warrior.
Oh dear. Oh no, that's
But
horrible.
don't worry. I'm sure it's gonna be real passionate. Warriors. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be awesome.
Oh dear. Better
No,
stop now. We're trying
my
to
extraordinary
encourage people
300.
to come to see you.
Well, one thing they're going to get is entertained. That's for sure. They're going to
Absolutely.
get they're going to get knowledge. They're going to get gold nuggets, not free gold nuggets, but knowledge nuggets. And they will have some entertainment in terms of humor and banter. It's going to be good. It's going to be all my men are going to be on the top form, shirtless and oiled up and buff, and it's gonna be beautiful. Yeah.
Oh my, I can't wait. This will be something else.
Yeah, I got all my
No.
Daniel Craigs lined up. Yeah, that's right.
Perfect. Right? Are you dropping names here?
Daniel Craig may or may not be there, ladies. Just saying, may or may not.
Well, he should be in the Extraordinary Men's Network. That's what I think.
I went to well, he was in my high school. He's an alumni of my high school. So I just keep thinking every day, just putting it out there. One day he'll reach out. I remember you in first grade. I don't know, but
Well,
we'll
you never
see.
know. If he classifies himself as, being an extraordinary man, then he belongs in your network.
He, he, I class him as an extraordinary man, so he belongs in my network. Yeah, it's not about you believing you're extraordinary. It's about what you bring to the world. Like as I said earlier, I don't know if I buy into this whole I'm extraordinary. I just know that there's an idea there that we can be extraordinary, right? We can be extraordinary to our wife, extraordinary to our sons, daughters, extraordinary to our own parents, extraordinary to our community. And that's what's important. It's not about what I believe about myself. Am I extraordinary? Am I handsome? Am I cool? Am I sexy? Or whatever. Like, that's not what it's about, right? It's about what I bring and what I give. So, yeah, we can give
Absolutely.
that extraordinary energy to the world
Okay,
at
so you
large.
said you have an event coming up. So if people joined, like say some people joined today, maybe somebody's going to go home and tell their husband, tell their dad,
Yes.
call up their son, whatever. First of all, how can they connect with you?
So they go to Extraordinary Men's Network. So Facebook/groups/Extraordinary Men's Network, or even just type in my name, Andrew M. Houghton. Put it in here. I'll just quickly edit my name. Andrew M. Houghton is my Facebook profile.
Perfect.
Andrew M. Houghton. But if you just type in Extraordinary Men's Network, I'm pretty sure it's the one. You'll see the cityscape background, and then there's a few people's faces. They are the founding members. And pretty much the first thing you see is welcome, book an interview. And what we want to do is make sure everyone who's new joins gets a short interview with me where they get to introduce themselves and share why they're there and what they want to offer. And then they'll be invited to join events, whether it's roundtables or micro summits or discussions, and the catapult games that are coming up. So very,
Well,
very quickly they can. I mean, they're happy for them to sit back and watch or get involved. Get knee deep and take part in all the activities. That's Yeah, it's up to them.
that's fantastic. So observing is also welcome in your group. They don't have to participate if they are not up to that, or they, when they're ready,
Yeah,
they can join in, right?
absolutely no pressure. I think in my experience as well, like when I went to my first like 12-step meeting, I was a bag of bricks, so nervous, couldn't speak, I was sweating and just like, who are all these weirdos who don't want to drink? Like, what's up with them? But then as soon as I heard the first person talk, I'm like, oh, this guy actually is humorous and he looks very calm and confident. And oh, and he also did that. And he also, oh, wow, he's been through that. Wow. And just hearing like very quickly, you kind of want to put your hand up and be like, I also did that. And now I don't want to do that anymore. And I'm looking forward to being where you are now. And yeah, so yeah, come on in, take your seat, and just let nature take its course, basically, because it's captivating once you start realizing how much of a help you can be to other people. It can be consuming. Yeah,
Well, and also realizing you're not alone. That's a big thing, right?
absolutely. Yeah,
Men
you're
suffer
not.
in
You're
silence a lot.
there is that tendency. Yeah, there's that tendency for us to feel like I'm the only one who has this problem, right? Like, oh, men don't have problems. Men just grit and bear it. So if I'm feeling this problem, there must be something wrong with me, and I'm the only one. Yeah. So there's huge power in that hearing. And that's why I'm so grateful and proud of the people who have joined and who have stood up and said, I've been through this. Like, I've been through this. And it just shows that other people can too. So,
Yeah.
Very proud of the men who are standing up and doing that right now to pave the way for the people who are not right, who are not quite ready yet to do that.
And that's fair, right? That's fine.
Absolutely, we're all on different different rungs of the ladder. You know, we're all going the same place, but we're all, you know, some of us some of us just have a desire to start, right? Some of us just have a desire to be better, and then that's enough. Others have come a long way.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. First step is a doozy.
Yeah, does that mean hardest? Because that's what I
Yep.
the first step is the
Totally.
hardest.
Yeah, it totally
It's a
is.
doozy.
You don't have that word over there?
I thought it meant something different, I'll be
Oh,
fair. Something, it's a doozy. Like I thought it was a positive word. Like that's a doozy.
oh, well, it
Uh,
could be. I don't know. I'll have to get out my dictionary after we get off here. And, I learned another new word today. So maybe it's words of the day.
what's the other new word?
Anti, anti-ambulo. Have you heard of that?
Anti-ambulo. No, I have an uncle ambulo though.
Oh, that's interesting.
Just
Okay,
that's a
women,
dad joke.
you can see Andrew's personality. You can see why it's really easy to love Andrew. It's really easy to talk to him and be a part of his world. I'm not a man. I'm not in the Extraordinary Men's Network, but I definitely would recommend Andrew to just hang out with. He's a fun guy. He's got some interesting stories. He's got some, a little bit of his own history. He's got that, little trauma informed there, which as you listen to me on this Women's Wellness Network, that's one of my favorite things, trauma informed. And yeah, Andrew, thank you so much. That is, it's beautiful that there's a place for our men to go and gather and, connect with you. I think that's it's a really worthwhile venture, even if you're not, super excited about doing an interview or getting on camera or doing any of that stuff. Just being in the group, I think it's good. It's a really good start. It's a really great
Yes.
first step.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I guess I'm also working on a way to get the people, because I know, and I'm sure you know too, with your women, there's a lot of people who have amazing stories to share, and for many reasons they can't share it publicly.
Right.
And so I'm trying to figure out. I think with AI these days, there's got to be a way to have, because I don't just want a blank screen with a voice, but I'm trying to figure out a way that I can get these people to share their amazing stories and journeys without being on camera or even without using their real voice, possibly. So that's something that if I find out, I'll let you know. But if you find out, let me know, because there's a lot of guys in my group that I think would like to share, just they're just not ready to be public facing. And yeah, I wasn't either until recently, so I
And
understand where
look
they're
at
coming
you
from.
now.
Look at me now.
Look at you now.
Exactly.
Oh
Not
my,
too long though. You'll find the cracks, but yeah, look at me
I
now.
thought it was going to burn my eyes.
No burning, no burning.
When you look at the sun too long.
I do. Unfortunately, yes, I do know what that's like to look at the sun too long.
Yeah. Well, you're not quite that, but you're brilliant. You're brilliant.
Thank you, Tammy Scarlett. You are equally, if not maybe a bit more brilliant yourself too. So thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for having me. Thank you, women, for giving the time to listen to this humble man and to share what I'm doing over here in this male part of the world. Again, if you know an extraordinary man, don't be shy about giving him some kudos. Right, your extraordinary brother, husband, cousin, nephew, whatever, your dad. I'd love to meet them all. Let me know.
Okay. Yep. We're going to we'll put your information in the comments so that
Okay.
people can pass that forward. And yeah, ladies, if you feel like calling out your own special extraordinary men, even if they're not too sure they're extraordinary themselves, we still love them, right? So yeah, drop their names in the comments also, and maybe they can connect. They can connect with Andrew. So thank you very much, Women's Wellness Network, for having our lovely, magnificent man of the Women's Wellness Network come and join us today. So Andrew, I'm sure we'll be seeing you again. I've got some a couple things in the back of my mind for us to do together. So until then,
Yeah, I would like, yeah, yeah, collaborative women's wellness, extraordinary men. Yeah, face off something.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
little he
great.
said, she said, wildflower warriors. You'll see, mister.
Wildflowers warrior. I don't see the aggression there.
Well, but we're women. We don't need to be aggressive. We just need to be.
Tell my wife that. Jeez.
Be careful. She just had a baby. She'll come and beat you with her baby bottle. Well, she does not using her
Yes.
baby bottles. Oh my goodness. Okay, we'll stop right there. Oh dear. Oh my word.
That
Okay.
just happened live. Okay. Is this being recorded? Okay.
It is. Yes, it is. Because, well, it's
Because we
extraordinary,
keep it real here on
right?
Women's Wellness Network and Extraordinary Men's Network. Yes, no filters, just
Right.
real.
Gloves off.
Gloves off every time.
All right. Thank you, Women's Wellness Network, for watching us today. And thank you, Andrew, for coming on and participating and sharing yourself with us. We appreciate it very much. And everybody,
Thank
until
you.
next time, be well.
Cheerio.